By definition, a speech act is the use of language to perform some act. Myth functions as a particular speech act because it uses its process to make you believe its story is reality. It tries to make natural the ideas it presents. The objects used can be any form because ultimately everything can transfer into an oral state. The image I plan to analyze is One and Three Chairs by conceptual artist Joseph Kosuth from 1965. The image contains a chair, a scaled photograph of the chair, and a definition of a chair. Using Barth's system, the signification is the image itself, the signifier, the chair, the picture, and the definition, and the signified is the assessing of the meaning of a meaning. A signifier, or a form, in myth, is a first step taken in distorting reality. It does so by stripping meaning of its content and transforming it into an empty shell. The meaning isn't completely gone though. As Barthis describes, it holds it at one's disposal. The shifting between meaning and form is like distribution and factoring in mathematics. The signified, or a concept, can be seen as a meaning placed back into the form, as a situation though. The concept isn't abstract like the form. What the concept contains is unstable associations which add to the distortion created by myth. The reason for the instability is that concepts need to be placed in an appropriate location. Speaking quantitatively, there are many signifiers for every signified. Speaking qualitatively, the signified is clearer than the signifier. Apart, the form and the concept are two identities giving a piece of the myth, a piece of a fact. Together, their dependence on the other creates a simile of history, never the truth, keeping, as Barth notes, the meaning at a distance. Again, by definition, a neologism is a newly invented word or phrase. Barth is attracted to them because they help myths find concepts in order to achieve its goal. At any moment, a concept can be born and just as easily fade to nothing. What must be understood is that Barth knows conceptual neologisms are never arbitrary because they follow a rule. The dictionary, on the other hand, isn't as loved by Barth since the concepts there aren't historical, meaning that they've been mythified. Thus, ephemeral concepts can resist the myth process as well because they can come and go without being manipulated by it. Barth talks about a myth as a depoliticized speech. What he's stating is that myth breaks away from humans' control and acts on its own terms. He says that the myth gives a simplicity of essences. What Kosuth is doing is expressing the idea that a chair isn't a particular thing. A chair is a chair because it's been defined that way by us. By naming it a chair, it loses its meaning. Myth robs the meaning of an object, so in order to unmask the myth, you must look at the signifier, which in this case is a chair, poster, and the definition. Things appear to mean something else by themselves.